Hello, I'm Helen. I work at Fabrica running the Chomp programme, and today I'm going to be bringing this video to you to show you things that I've been influenced by the present exhibition called A Simple Act of Wonder by Walter Zoniel. It's full of colour, bright colour, and they're into connecting places and people. So they've been working in Bevendine and Morscombe and Fabrica. They collect stories of place, objects, and in Fabrica they've kind of used all these stripes of coloured material to connect different parts of the gallery. And I came up with this idea about creating a machine, a flying machine. I don't know where that idea came from. I think actually it's from working with a lot of young people and children. It's the ideas that you've often given me. So it just kind of came into my head and I thought, where did that come from? So I'm going to show you how to make a flying machine, a magic kind of flying machine. And if you come up with your own idea, that's great too. You don't have to copy this, but you might get some ideas from this. And if you want to see the exhibition, you can have a look at it online up till the 13th of September. Okay, so I'll show you what I've made. This is, I found an old box and I looked at all the stripes of colour around the gallery that Walter Zoniel had created. And I've created this kind of flying bird machine. And I think it kind of became a bird from the materials I used to create it. So I'm going to put that to one side and I'll show you a way that you can use a box to make a flying machine. So I found an old tea box, used. So a used box, and to create the wings I cut the flaps off at the side. So there are these flaps and I cut them off and I drew a kind of wing shape like that. And I put the other wing on top of it so I could kind of copy and trace it. So I ended up with two wings the same size. Then, in order to put the wings in, so you've got the wings attached to the side of the box, I've cut a kind of slot shape. And a good way to do that, if you get a sharp pencil, make sure it's really sharp. And what you can do is, be careful of your fingers. You can get the sharp pencil and just hold the box firmly. Can you hear that? I've made a kind of little hole in it. And then squish the pencil through and you've got a hole shape. And with that, you can put your pair of scissors in and make your slot. And then with the slot, you can slot in the wing. I've got one wing there, and I've got one wing there. So straight away, you've got two wings. Oh, now I've got a bit of a wobbly wing there. So a way to fix that is I just fold it over inside like that. But fold inside, and I put a little bit of tape on the inside, and I put a little bit of tape on the outside, and that'll hold it into place. Then, in order to create the face, what I used was an egg box. I looked inside the egg box, and what's fantastic when you look inside an egg box is you've got these amazing shapes. So already I saw a nose shape and eye shapes. I cut it out and created this. And then I've cut out circles to make the eyes. And then what you can do to make a beak is you can cut the bottom bit off like that. And then you glue it on the box separately. So you've got a beak like that. So on this one you can see I've glued the eyes on, and then I glued that on, then I glued that on later. and leave it to dry. It's really important to leave it to dry, and then it's got this wobbly kind of up and down, downy, beaky kind of movement. A way of making really good glue: flour and water if you haven't got any glue, but do make sure it's okay to use the flour, because somebody might have enough flour in to do baking and you want to make sure you don't use too much of it. And a way to glue the eyes on is glue on the back and press it on like that. Oh, no, it doesn't usually stay on, it usually slides down. If you find it's not attaching straight away, which my last one didn't, if you put it on its side and wait for it to dry, and once it's firmly dried, then it'll be really quite strong and won't come off. That must be strong glue, that's unusual for me. And then you can glue that little bit in on the bottom. And I've made some wheels for the flying machine. And the way to do that is I've used a lid, and I've just a piece of card from an old box, and I've just drawn 4 circles, cut them out, and then you can, well, you cut them out and then you can stick them on the 4 corners. Now you might choose to use a tube, might have long legs like that. You could create a tube as a nose. You can think about all the different shapes you can use around the house of things that are going to get thrown away. So the inside of a toilet roll, paper roll, cardboard boxes, egg boxes, bits of paper, magazines. So for this, I haven't got a name for this, you might want to come up with a name. For the wings, I've just used a piece of magazine to cover the top of it. And for the stripes, just pieces of coloured paper. And if you look online at the Bevendine site, Walter and Zoniel have created these amazing shapes on the grass and the houses using circles and lots of lines of paper. So that's how I came up with the lines and circle ideas. I think that's all I can show you, because I know that you will come up with amazing... Oh, the tail! Yes, I actually put a tail on this one as well. And a way to do that is you... a rule is better than this. Let me see if I can find a ruler. No, I haven't got a ruler. Use a ruler, and then with a piece of paper, you do that with the ruler. I'm using my finger, and you get this wonderful curl in the paper. You get a curly tail then. So, look forward to seeing your special flying machine.